Imagine your body as a buzzing control tower, coordinating millions of tiny energy deliveries every single second. Most days, those deliveries arrive in the form of quick sugar hits, snacks, drinks, desserts that give you that sharp rise in energy. Your brain, your muscles, even your immune system get used to this constant stream of fast fuel. Over time, your cells stop planning ahead because they know another sugar shipment is always coming. Then one day, you flip the switch. No more added sugar, no desserts, no sneaky sweeteners in your morning coffee. At first, it doesn't look dramatic from the outside, but inside that control tower, alarms begin to flash. Your body has to figure out how to run the entire system without its favorite shortcut. Cutting sugar for 72 hours might sound simple on paper, but biologically, it's a mini revolution. Those first 3 days are where the real withdrawal happens. Your blood sugar levels stop jumping up and down, and instead start to flatten, forcing your body to reach for backup fuel. Glycogen, stored sugar in your liver and muscles, begins to break down to keep your brain supplied. Hormones like insulin, glucagon, and adrenaline are suddenly reshuffled, trying to stabilize the new conditions. And here's the unexpected part. While you may feel tired or irritable, your internal chemistry is quietly becoming more stable. The chaos of constant spikes and crashes begins to settle, even if your mind hasn't caught up yet. Of course, this early phase rarely feels peaceful. For many people, 24 to 72 hours without sugar feels like wrestling with an invisible opponent. Headaches creep in. You feel strangely foggy, as if someone has dimmed the lights in your brain. Cravings hit hardest at the times you usually reached for something sweet, after lunch, late at night, during stress. This isn't weakness, it's your reward system adjusting. Your brain has been conditioned to expect a dopamine bump every time sugar shows up. When that pattern breaks, the brain protests, sending waves of unease and irritability. But underneath that discomfort, something important is starting. Your body is learning to function without constant rewards. Here's a detail most people never hear. Every sugary snack you used to eat didn't just feed your body, it trained your brain. Each spike in blood sugar led to a spike in dopamine, teaching your nervous system that sweets equal comfort, relief, or even safety. Over the years, those tiny lessons pile up into habits that feel automatic. Reach for chocolate when stressed. Grab a sweet drink when tired. During the first 72 hours without sugar, these old loops keep firing, but they no longer get rewarded. It's like dialing a familiar number and hearing only silence. The discomfort you feel isn't just physical withdrawal, it's your brain slowly realizing that the old script doesn't work anymore. And that's the first step in rewiring it. Sugar doesn't just play with your cravings. It manipulates your blood chemistry like a roller coaster operator. Each time you eat something high in sugar, your blood glucose shoots up and insulin rushes out to pull it back down. Do this over and over, and your cells start ignoring insulin's knock on the door. This is where fatigue, afternoon crashes, and constant hunger creep in. The moment you stop those sugar hits, your body has to relearn how to keep blood glucose steady without constant insulin surges. In the first 72 hours, insulin levels begin to drop, and your cells slowly become more responsive again. You might feel waves of shakiness or low energy during this recalibration. But as those receptors wake back, the combination of 75 to 10 days of color can see that recoveries is also commonly recreating. Now look deeper into your liver, the quiet warehouse where extra sugar has been stored for years. When sugar was plentiful, your liver converted it into glycogen, and if there was too much, into fat. This is how fatty liver disease can develop, even in people who don't drink alcohol. But once you stop feeding that system with constant sugar, the liver has to change jobs. During the first 72 hours, it starts unpacking glycogen reserves to keep your blood sugar from crashing. As those stores empty, your body begins to lean more on fat for fuel. It's not a dramatic overnight detox, but a subtle shift in priority, from hoarding to using. For some people, this is when they first notice a slight decrease in bloating or that their waistband feels a little less tight. Meanwhile, your gut microbiome, the vast community of microbes living in your intestines, is undergoing its own version of withdrawal. Many sugar-loving bacteria thrive on the simple carbs you eat, and they send signals that influence your cravings and mood. When you cut sugar, their favorite food disappears. In the first 72 hours, some of these populations begin to shrink, while other, more resilient species that prefer fiber and complex carbs start to gain ground. You might experience changes in digestion, anything from mild discomfort to shifts in bowel habits, as this ecosystem reorganizes itself. It can feel unsettling, but it's also the beginning of a healthier balance. Over time, a more diverse microbiome supports better immunity, more stable mood, and even improved appetite control. If sugar is a spotlight, constantly blinding your body with sudden bursts of energy, then withdrawal is like dimming that light so your eyes can finally adjust. One of the first places this shows up is in your energy patterns. For years, you may have relied on sugar to push through fatigue, especially in the afternoon or late at night. Without it, those tired moments feel sharper at first, as if someone removed your crutches. But this is also when your body starts to restore its natural rhythm. In the 48, 72-hour window, Some people notice they fall asleep faster or wake up less during the night. That's because blood sugar fluctuations can disrupt sleep quality, and stabilizing them gives your nervous system a calmer baseline. It's not instant perfection, but it's the first hint that your body works better on a steady flow of fuel, not constant flashes. There's another chain reaction most people never connect to sugar withdrawal: stress. High sugar intake doesn't just nudge insulin, it messes with cortisol, your main stress hormone. Frequent spikes and crashes in blood sugar can trigger cortisol surges, leaving you wired, anxious, or strangely on edge. Remove the sugar, and those swings begin to soften. But in the first 72 hours, your stress system is still used to chaos. You might feel unusually emotional, quick to snap, or on the verge of tears for no obvious reason. This isn't you falling apart. It's your nervous system recalibrating to life without constant metabolic emergencies. As glucose levels stabilize, your stress response has fewer fires to put out. And over time, that can mean fewer panic spikes and a calmer baseline mood. You might be wondering if just 3 days without sugar can really matter. It's a fair question. We usually think of health changes in terms of months or years, but studies on metabolism, insulin sensitivity, and appetite hormones show that even short breaks from added sugar can shift key markers in the right direction. In 72 hours, your liver begins using stored glycogen. Your cells start listening to insulin more clearly, and your gut bacteria begin rearranging their hierarchy. Your cravings may not be gone, but they often become less sharp and less constant. Think of these first days as a doorway, not a destination. They prove that your body is capable of change, faster than your habits might suggest. Here's the final twist. For many people, surviving those first 72 hours becomes a psychological turning point. Once you see that your world doesn't collapse without sugar, that your headaches ease, your mood steadies, your sleep improves, it becomes hard to believe the story that you need something sweet to get through the day. Long-term research shows that people who reduce added sugar, even without going to extremes, have lower risks of obesity, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and fatty liver. The benefits don't stop at day 3. They compound over months and years. An occasional dessert won't undo everything, but daily dependence will. So the real withdrawal isn't just your body letting go of sugar. It's you letting go of the belief that you can't feel good without it. If this breakdown helped you understand what's really happening in those first 72 hours, share it with someone who's thinking about quitting sugar. Their body might be closer to change than they realize.